My name's Wendy Craig, and I'm the scientific co-director of PREVNet, which stands for Promoting Relationships and Eliminating Violence Network. When Dr. Pepler and I envisioned PREVNet, what we wanted to do is we wanted to bring researchers together with the practitioners that work with children and youth everywhere they live, learn, work, and play, and create evidence-based resources and tools and strategies and disseminate programs so that to enable them to be more effective at addressing issues of violence like bullying, like victimization. And we received this grant from the Human Resources Social Development to create a community of practice around promoting healthy relationships. And what we did within this grant was to bring together 3 agencies who were really committed to working within their agencies, with their volunteers, with their co-workers, and with the youth that they serve to promoting healthy relationships. And we wanted to provide them with the evidence-based tools to do exactly that. And I think one of the things that surprised us is that it wasn't about a one-way street, that it became a process where we together co-created, and we recognized a couple of things. We recognized what each of the partners could bring in terms of their skills and their knowledge and their expertise, and what PREVNet could bring to the table in terms of its knowledge about research. And it was that exchange that unfolded in our HRSDC meetings that enabled us to co-create some very important tools that represented holes, in fact, in some of our agencies. So, for example, one of the tools that we developed or co-created was a healthy relationships training module that each of the agencies didn't have in their training how to develop healthy relationships. And essential to what they did in their work in all of the agencies was based on having healthy relationships with children and youth. We really believe that the tools that we've developed in PREVNet, such as our healthy relationship training, such as our duty of care, is absolutely essential for every adult to know about and to have who work with children and youth. And so our goal is to now take those tools that have been developed within this community of practice and disseminate them to every adult who works with children, who works with youth, who lives with children or youth, or who teaches them at school. But every adult needs to have these tools, and we need to get them into their hands in an accessible way. One of the things that's absolutely critical is we can develop these tools, but we need to make sure that they get them into the hands of the people who use them. And that's the responsibility of the partners as well as PREVNet. The partners have natural channels in a sense because they have their national training programs, they have their provincial counterparts, they even have municipal counterparts to take those tools and disseminate them. For PREVNet, we need to disseminate them to all of our other partners. It's not just the ones in the community of practice, but we actually have 49 other partners who work with children and youth. And by sharing those tools with those other partners, PREVNet has the capacity to reach every child in the country at least twice. When I think about the journey, probably the most surprising aspect to me, which is the generosity of the partners, the openness of the partners who we've been working with, and their excitement to engage in this partnership and their excitement in the vision for the partnership. And so at every meeting, it's always been a complete joy because there's such high engagement, there's such support for what we do, and then there's always a visioning about where we can go next. And I think that's going to be the greatest gift, is that this grant has facilitated the development of relationships that are very strong, and now we have a commitment to keep moving forward. So as far as I'm concerned, the surprise is the grant is only the beginning. It's a first step, and I can't even imagine what we can do as we move forward together.